perfect number. Okay. So in this session, I will be explaining about while loop as well as nested loops. Okay. First, let us see the syntax of while loop. Later, we will move on to how to write programs using nested loops. Okay. So first, let me share my screen. So open Anaconda. So the major difference between for loop as well as while loop is, in for loop, we are using to do the task for a sequential number of times. That means you know the code, you know how many number of times the block will be executed. At that time, you have to use for loop. Okay, both are used for the same concept will be implemented by using both while as well as for. But the efficiency can be known by using which loop you have to implement it. That means whenever your task, that means the block of code will be executed for known number of times. At that time, you must use for loop. The latter case, that is in the while loop, you have to use, you don't know how many number of times certain block will be executed. Based upon the condition, the block of code will be executed. At that time, you have to use while loop. Okay, so you don't know how many number of times. Certain condition you know. Based upon that condition, the block of code will be executed. At that time, you are using while loop. Okay, quickly move on to Anaconda and my Jupyter notebook. So in the earlier class, we are displaying the number of print up to 10 natural numbers from 1 to 9. So at that time, we are using for loop because we know how many number of times we have to print 1, print 2, print 3. Like that, we have to print up to 10 numbers. Okay. So if you want to print natural numbers, that means the print statement will be executed for 10 times. So you know the block of statement will be executed for 10 number of times. Okay. So for this time, you have to use for loop. So starting is 1 up to n, but we have to give n plus 1 the condition and print I. Okay. So this particular block will be executed the natural numbers 1 to 10. So the same will be implemented using for loop. So in the for loop, the syntax is for loop, for variable in, you have to specify some range or some tuple or some list, or that means nothing but sequence or array. Anything you can specify here. Okay. So based upon that, colon and write the block of statements. So it will be used to execute the block of statements in known number of times. Whereas in the while loop, the syntax is while condition to have block of statements. That means the block of statements will be executed till the condition fails. So that means in how many number of times this block of statement will be executed, we don't know. Okay. So the same natural numbers program we are also implemented using while loop. So that means, so the iterative variable is 1 and write while. So the condition is I must be lesser or equals to 10. That means the I value may be differed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till up to 10 and colon, follow the indentation, print I. Once after printing I value, you must increment the I value. Okay. So execute the same program. It will also print for 1 to 10. Okay. So the same program will be the output be the same. But the logic of implementing the code is different. Someone may write using for loop, someone may write using while loop. At that time, which one is preferable? Always preferable when you know the block of statement is executed in a sequential manner, sequencer. That means no number of times. Then you must use for loop. See the difference? Here, you have to use initialization and you have to write the condition and also you have to write incrementation. Out of all these, we can mention in a single statement. So the initialization and also in condition and also the ending statement. Okay. So at that time, we have to use for loop. Okay. Is it clear? Ma, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Can anyone answer? Is it clear? Shall I go for another program?
Okay, ma'am.
Pratyusha,
Madam, 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 hello, madam, madam, hello. Students, is my voice visible?
Ma'am.
Madam,
ma, is it clear the differences between implementing the program using for loop as well as using while loop? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello guys. I am only Batman.
Ma, I think your voice is not reachable to me. So if you want to answer to me, you have to give a message in the chat box. Okay. The next one is now. What is the use of while loop? Okay. So at this time, at this juncture, you can see if you are printing natural numbers, you have to use for loop. Okay, so both cases are valid, but you have to use for loop because this statement will be executed for known number of times. Next, write a program to find whether the given number is Armstrong or not. Okay, so for that, so what is an Armstrong number? So Armstrong number is nothing but sum of the cubes of the individual digit of a given number. That means if you have a number like 153, you should write 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube. Okay. So cubing of each digit first and then sum all those values. So 1 cube is 1, 5 cube is 125 and 3 cube is 27. So the total result is 153. So sum of the cubes of the individual digit must equal to given number. Then we can say it is a strong number. Armstrong number. Okay. So how can you do this program? Okay. Always remember that for this type of programs, you need to do is retrieve an individual number. Okay. So when we have to retrieve all these individual numbers, so 153 divisible by 10 so 15 tens are 150. Then the remainder is 3. Okay. So out of 153, you got the last digit and the remaining number 15 is here. Okay. So that means you have to retrieve the remainder first. Later, the original number 153 is replaced with your quotient value. Okay. Next. Now our original number is 15. Again, do the same task. Divide this 15 with 10. Now the remainder is 5. Again, cubing this number. Now the original number is 1. Okay. Again, divide this 1 with 10. The remainder will be 1. So, whenever our original number becomes 0, then you can stop the procedure. Okay. So, see how to do the program. First, what we have to do? First, we have to divide the given number. Whatever the number you are taking, that number must be divisible by 10 and retrieve the quotient. Remember that. and also retrieve the remainder. First write those three statements. So first read the n value. So input, enter number. Okay. So once reading this number, it is in the form of string. So you have to convert it into integer and your value will be stored in n. Okay. Next, what we have to do? First, we have to retrieve remainder. So always reminder, we have to use modulus operator and you have to divide it with 10. Okay. So what it means? Retrieve the remainder. Okay. So what it means? Retrieve remainder. Okay. So R is equal to n mod 10. That means suppose if you are giving the n value as 153 and 153 is divisible by 10 and leaves some remainder, that is 3, that will be stored in R. Now you have to sum this R into R into R. Okay. So cube this individual digit and make it as sum. Okay. That's why the sum is initialized with 0. Okay. Next. Once cube ayin tarvata next ఏం చేస్తాం? You have to take quotient value. Okay. So ఎందుకంటే first మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం? 153ని తీసుకొని 10 తో డివైడ్ చేసినప్పుడు 3 వచ్చేస్తుంది. సో రిమైనింగ్ క్వశ్చన్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు రిట్రీవ్. దట్స్ వై యూ హ్యావ్ టు రైట్ n is equal to n double slash we have to give. Suppose we are giving n by 10, that it gives floating value. So for in Python we have to retrieve the quotient value by giving double slash. Okay. So all these three statements will be executed till n value is 0. Okay. So while n not equals to 0. If n not equals to 0, so this is the condition. If n not equals to 0, you have to retrieve the remainder and cube the remainder as well as sum it and retrieve the quotient. Okay. Now you have to check if n is equals to, if your n is not an Armstrong. Okay. But here you have to observe one thing, that is at last n value is 0, then it will be terminated. So 0 equals to 153, it is always false. So that you have to assign the n value into temporary variable, because after iterations the n value is 0, so that even if the number is Armstrong, it will be print n is not an Armstrong, because n 0, the sum value is 153. 0 is equal to 153, it fails. 153 is not an Armstrong number, but 153 is a Armstrong. That's why you are not check with n, you are checking with your temporary variable. So execute this, enter number 153, then 153 is an Armstrong. Because 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 203 is equals to 35, which is not an Armstrong number. So you are printing 203 is not an Armstrong. Okay. So while is used, so here you are taking 3 digits so that the loop will be executed for 3 number of times. Suppose if you are taking 4-digit number, it will be iterated for 4 times. 8 cube plus 5 cube plus 4 cube plus 1 cube. So the total iterations are 4. So depending upon the number, the iterations count will be changed. So that we have to use while instead of for. For only used for known number of times. The block of code will be executed for known number of times. Whereas while loop, the block of code will be executed based upon certain condition. At that time, we are using while loop. Okay. So do you have any doubts? No, do you have any doubts? Shall we move for another program?
Shall I move on another program?
No, you can speak now because my actually in my screen the voice settings are not clear, so that I rectified my problem. You can speak out. Okay.
Arvind Singh.
Similarly, now you have to explain how to sum the digits in a given number. Okay. Actually, now we done the program is sum of the cubes of the individual digits. Okay. Now I am giving a program 153. Now in your given number, how we have to do? Tell me anyone. Tell me anyone how we have to do sum of the digits of the given number. In the previous program, we are finding sum of cubes of individual digits. Now I am asking about sum of individual digits. How we have to do that program? Now, do you understand what I am saying? In the previous program, we are finding sum of the cubes of the individual digit of a given number. Now I am asking about sum of the digits of the individual digits of the given number. So previous program lo ఏం చేస్తే ఇప్పుడు నేను అడిగిన దానికి ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. Previous program lo only you have to change a single line. What is that line? Tell me anyone.
R into R into R అని పెడతాం కదా, అది తీసేయాలి.
Yes ma. Yes. ఏం చేయాలి? ఆ లైన్ ఏం చేయాలా మార్చాలి? మా
సమ్ ప్లస్ ఆర్ పెట్టాలి మేము.
Yes. Simply you can move it on sum plus R. So no need of checking any condition because we are simply printing it's in the given number. Your number is, you can print sum. Okay. So execute this one, 153. Now it will be 9. Okay. Next sum 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be 14. Okay. So this is the way of writing sum of the digits of the given number. Now I am giving one more program to you. So ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్ గా 2, 3, 4, 5 ఇచ్చినప్పుడు what is the value I got? 14. Okay. So the sum must be in a single digit. So 14 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, again it will be sum up. That means 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. The answer should be 5. Suppose if the answer will be a single digit, no problem. If the answer will be more than a single digit, then you must make it as a single digit. How can you do that? How can you do that problem? So if you are taking this number and the sum is 9, then it is no problem. Suppose if you are taking one more number and you can sum all the digits and use the value 7 plus 5, 13, that means more than 9. That means more than 9 means it may be a 2-digit number, it may be a 3-digit or 4-digit, whatever it may be. That number again you have to sum like 1 plus 3 is equals to 4. Then what you have to do?
సమ్ అంటే సమ్ ఇఫ్ ఆఫ్ సమ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 9 అని పెట్టి కింద రాయాలి మేడం మళ్ళీ కండిషన్.
ఎక్కడ చెప్పమ్మా. Where we have to write?
వైల్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మేడం. వైల్ క్లోజ్ చేసింది అదే వైల్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత.
Yes. Wait a minute. Yes. After completion of while, what you have to do?
If of sum greater than 9.
Ma?
If of sum greater than 9.
If of sum greater than 9. Cheppu Mohan, if sum greater than 9, then what you are doing?
అంటే వైల్ కింద ఈ సమ్ముని ఒక నంబర్ లో స్టోర్ చేసుకోవాలి. దాని తర్వాత అంటే వైల్ పైన సమ్ముని ఒక నంబర్ లో స్టోర్ చేసుకుని దాని తర్వాత ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ లో పైన రాసాం కదా మేడం ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు n మాడ్యులో 10 అని అట్లా ఒక కండిషన్ రాసుకోవాలి మేడం. అట్లా కండిషన్ ఒకటి రాసుకుని మళ్ళీ యాడ్ చేసుకోవాలి.
No. ఇంకా ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు చూడండి. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ ద నెంబర్ యాజ్ ఎ 10 ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్, దెన్ ఆటోమేటికల్లీ యూ కెన్ submit like this, isn't it? If this value is again more than 9, again you can do the same thing. అంతేనా? ఒకసారి చూడండి మా, ఇప్పుడు నేను 153 తీసుకున్నాను. 1 ప్లస్ 5 ప్లస్ 3 చేసినప్పుడు it leaves the sum is 9, so that I am not doing anything further. Okay. If I am doing the same thing for another number, so that is 1 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4, it gives the value, resultant value as 13, so that I am doing the same thing. So that means 1 plus 3 is equals to 4. That means whatever the sum you got, that is again your original number, isn't it? First you have to check your given number and retrieve the remainder and sum all these, then you got the sum value. If this sum value is greater than 9, then again what you have to do? Again you have to take this value into sum. సో ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ తీసుకున్నారు, నెంబర్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0 అయితే ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? మొత్తాన్ని సమ్ చేస్తున్నారు, మీకు ఒక నెంబర్ వచ్చింది. ఈ నెంబర్, దిస్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 9. దిస్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 9 అయితే ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? మళ్ళీ ఈ సమ్ వాల్యూని తీసుకొని అగైన్ యు ఆర్ స్టోరింగ్ ఇంటూ n. ఎక్కడ మార్చాలి స్టేట్మెంట్? ఎక్కడ మారుస్తారు ఇక్కడ స్టేట్మెంట్? మీరు కోడింగ్ టైప్ చేసి చాట్ బాక్స్ లో ప్లేస్ చేసినా పర్లేదు. చెప్పాగా నేను చేస్తూ ఉంటే నాకు వస్తుందమ్మా, మీకు రాదు. యూ హ్యావ్ టు ట్రై ఇట్ నౌ. సమ్ ఆఫ్ ది డిజిట్స్ ఫర్ ఏ సింగిల్ ఐటరేషన్, దిస్ వన్. సో ఇఫ్ సమ్ అనేది ఎక్సీడ్స్ మోర్ దాన్ 9, then you have to consider that number as an n value and do the same task. How can you do that? So if some value is greater than 9, what you have to do? మరి రాసారా? చాలా సింపుల్. ఆల్రెడీ నేను క్లూ ఇచ్చాను. సమ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 9 అయితే యువర్ సమ్ విల్ బి ద ఒరిజినల్ నెంబర్. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 9, అగైన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ద సేమ్.
రాకెట్ బూస్టర్ అండి ఎలా?
If sum greater than 9, what you have to do?
సమ్ చేయాలి మ్యామ్ మళ్ళీ
అమ్మా
సమ్ చేయాలి మ్యామ్ మళ్ళీ.
సమ్ వచ్చేసింది కదమ్మా, సమ్ వచ్చేసింది. వచ్చిన సమ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 9 అయితే సమ్ ని మీ ఒరిజినల్ నెంబర్ అనుకోవాలి కదా. వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ఒరిజినల్ నెంబర్?
మ్యామ్
n. So you have to assign your sum value into n. ఇది వచ్చిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు చూడండి. సమ్ వాల్యూ 9 అయితే ఓకే, సింప్లీ ప్రింట్ చేస్తున్నారు. మోర్ దాన్ 9 అయితే మళ్ళీ ఏం చేయాలి? సేమ్ టాస్క్ రిపీట్ అవ్వాలి. సో సేమ్ టాస్క్ రిపీట్ అవ్వాలి కాబట్టి so while first you have to check your n value is greater than 9 or not. If your n value is greater than 9, you have to sum the value as 0 and check so first I am taking the number 9 anukondi for assumption. 9 greater than 9. So no need of do any task. Sum of the digits of the given number is you have to print some n value for assumption. If some n value is, if your given value is not greater than 9. So if your given value n value is not greater than 9, what you have to do? Initialize the sum value as 0, and if n not equals to 0, retrieve the remainder, submit, and do the task till n value becomes 0. Once n value becomes 0, if your value will be in sum, so you can check if that value sum more than 9, then you have to do the same task for further. Okay, otherwise simply leave that one. Okay, చెప్పండి ఇంకేం మార్చాలి అందులో? చాలా సింపుల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఎందుకని ఇంతసేపు ఆలోచిస్తున్నారు? సిలో చేసి ఉంటారు, పైథాన్ జావాలో చేశారు. చిన్న లైన్ మోడిఫై చేస్తే చాలు. ఇక్కడ వాట్ ఈస్ దట్?
ఇది రాకెట్ చూడు, చూస్తుండు రైస్ అమ్మా. ఇంట్లో ఏదైనా అర్థం చేసి బాంబుని చేస్తే ఎక్కువని 5 కిలోమీటర్లు
ఇదేనా మనం అనుకున్న ప్రోగ్రామ్? ఒకసారి అవుట్పుట్ చూడండి. సో 1534 ఇస్తే 4 రావాలి, 153 ఇస్తే 9 రావాలి. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్ టు రిట్రీవ్ సింగిల్ డిజిట్. మీరు చేయాల్సింది ఏం లేదమ్మా. యువర్ n వాల్యూ బికమ్స్ 9, మోర్ దాన్ 9 ఆర్ నాట్ చెక్ చేస్తారు. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మోర్ దాన్ 9, ఇక్కడ ఒకవేళ 9 ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మీకు అవుట్పుట్ చూడండి 0 ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది. సో ఎందుకని? ప్రీవియస్ సమ్ నేను 4 చేశాను కాబట్టి. అంటే ఇఫ్ యువర్ n వాల్యూ greater than or equals to 1 and n less than or equals to 9, print sum of the digits in the given number is n as it is ga print chestar. If it is not true, else, within that else, that means your n value is more than 9. At that cases, you can do this task. So if n lies between 1 to n, simply the sum is the same number. If more than that number, so then it is not enter into this particular if condition. Go to else part. 11 is greater than 9, so sum initialized with 0. 11 not equals to 0, so 11 mod 10, the remainder is 1. 0 plus 1, 1. So 11 with the floor division with 10, you got 10 value as 1, and again this will be reiterated 1. 1 not equals to 0, so 1 mod 10, 1. Previously the sum is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. Finally n value 0. When n value becomes 0, so sum is equals to 2. That means that will be assigned into original number. So 2 greater than 9? No. Immediately the sum of digit is 2. Okay. మా అర్థమైందా? ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్ ఉందా? మా ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎలా మార్చామో అర్థమైందా? సో చేస్తున్నది సేమ్ టాస్క్ ఇదే. మీరు చేస్తున్నది సమ్ ఆఫ్ ది డిజిట్స్ ఆఫ్ అన్ ఇండివిజువల్ నెంబర్ అంటే ఇది రాస్తారు. సింప్లీ మీరు మార్చాల్సిన కండిషన్ ఏంటి? ఇఫ్ ద నెంబర్ ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 9, యూ హ్యావ్ టు do the same task, isn't it? సేమ్ టాస్క్ చేస్తారు, వచ్చిన సెమ్ నెక్స్ట్ టైం ఏమవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ సమ్ చేశారు చూడండి 1534, దట్ మీన్స్ 1 + 5 + 3 + 4 which is 13. This becomes again your original number. So the same thing I have written here. So the sum becomes my original number. If this original number is greater than 9, again I have to sum up all those digits. That's why sum initialized with 0 here, not here. Okay, so this is the program for sum up all the digits of a given number. If the sum of the digits of the number is more than 9, you have to do the same task. That's why I am assigning this sum value into my original number and check this original number once again, whether is it a single digit or more than single digit. If it is more than single digit, again do the same task and again sum assigned to your original number till becomes your n value is a single digit. At that time only the loop will be terminated and print the sum value. Okay, ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Ma?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Go for palindrome of a given number. Palindrome means taking the same number and reverse of that number when it is equal, you can say it is palindrome. Suppose if you are taking one number and reverse that number, both are same, it is not palindrome. Okay, so that means so this is units place, this is tens place, this is 100 place, and this is thousands place. So మీరు ఇచ్చే నెంబర్ ఎంత పెద్ద నెంబర్ ఇస్తారో you don't know. Okay, so that's why first retrieve the remainder. So 1 2 3 4 లో retrieve the first remainder 4. Next time the number is 3 remainder, because here so first remainder 3 and our original number 123. Next again ఈ నెంబర్ ని మళ్ళీ డివైడ్ చేసినప్పుడు 3 be the remainder, 12 be the original number. Next 2 be the remainder, 1 be the original number, 1 be the remainder, and finally 0. When the answer becomes 0, you stop the procedure. So this is remainder, original number. Here what you have to do, the logic. So 4 at the first time, 4 itself 4. For the next time 4 యూనిట్ ప్లేస్ నుంచి ఎట్ ఏ టైం 1000 ప్లేస్ కి మనం షిఫ్ట్ చేయలేం. కాబట్టి ఫస్ట్ 4 ని ఎక్కడికి తీసుకెళ్ళాలి, టెన్స్ ప్లేస్ కి మూవ్ చేయాలి. సో 4 ని టెన్స్ ప్లేస్ కి మూవ్ చేయాలి అంటే వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ 4 into 10 and add the remainder. That means 4 tens are 40 plus 3, you have 43. That means the 4 moves to tens place and 3 becomes our ones place. Here for the next iteration 2 becomes in ones place and 4 becomes 100 place, 3 becomes tens place. That's why again 43 into 10 plus 2. That means 43 into 10, that is 430 plus 2, that is 430, 432. That means see, టెన్స్ ప్లేస్ నుంచి యూనిట్ ప్లేస్ నుంచి 4 టెన్స్ కి వచ్చింది, టెన్స్ నుంచి హండ్రెడ్స్ కి షిఫ్ట్ చేసాం. అట్లానే ఇక్కడ చూడండి యూనిట్ ప్లేస్ లో ఉన్న 3 ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఏ ప్లేస్ కి వచ్చింది, టెన్స్. ఓకే, నౌ యువర్ రిమైండర్ 2 ఇన్ unit place. Similarly here 432 into 10 plus the remainder here is 1. So that means 4320 plus 1. So that is 4321. Okay. So this 4 unit place nunchi tens, tens nunchi hundreds, 100 nunchi thousands ki move avvali. Okay, so that means, so here you can consider it as a sum. For assumption, sum, make it as sum. So sum into 10 plus here the remainder is r. So the code is sum into 10 plus r. Okay, so take this program as a homework and do this program, and you have to see that program on next class. Okay, all of you must write how to check whether the number is palindrome or not. Okay, so all of you must write and show it on next class. Okay, do you have any doubts, ma?
No, ma'am.
Shall we conclude the class now?
Yes.
So you have to do whether the given number is palindrome or not and show it to me in the next class. Okay, in the next class again I will explain some pattern program so that our first unit will be completed. Okay, thank you, and now you are leaving the meeting.
Oh my God, don't do.
But still anybody having doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, now you can leave the meeting.
Yes, ma'am. Good.